A hardline cleric sweeps to victory in Iran's presidential election. A partial official result gives Ebrahim Raisi nearly two-thirds of the vote. The only moderate candidate has already conceded. Raisi is a harsh critic of the West. He's been sanctioned for alleged human rights abuses, including overseeing the executions of thousands of political prisoners. Election turnout was low. Many voters were deterred by years of authoritarian rule and the flatlining economy. Now let's cross straight to AFP correspondent Amir Havasi in Tehran. Amir, it's good to have you on the program. After a vote that saw a low turnout, it's looking like Ebrahim Raisi is set to win. What do people make of that?
Well, it depends on who you ask right now at this time. Last night was quite a situation with people still expecting the moderate candidate Hemmati to have a comeback or have a presence. And at the same time, a lot of people being surprised by the votes Raisi was getting. The people right now, if we can have like a major issue that everyone would have, it's the economy. And it's widely expected for Raisi to be able, or at least have the mandate or the possibility to fix it. Because as we know, the negotiations in Vienna have somehow stalled, and there's been talk that they would prefer to continue them or at least reach a conclusion for after Iran's presidential election. And Ebrahim Raisi, as a conservative or ultra-conservative, we can say, president, will have a matching parliament, and it would be a good mix of forces to be able to push a mandate. So it's possible for Iran's economy to be able to be improved after that, and for him to be able to fulfill on that economic promise.
The economy is a major one there, but even just looking at this process of the election itself, we saw a contest where many candidates were barred from standing. What does this tell us about where Iran is heading?
Well, that would be very difficult to tell at this point right now. The thing we do know is that the Guardian Council, which vets the candidates and chooses who can run, has set up a homogeneous number of people and has basically did set up Raisi for victory, because Hemmati, compared to Adil Larijani, the ex-parliament speaker and current advisor to the supreme leader, was not as favorable as a candidate. And going forward, I would believe that, in a sense, is at least the end of a disillusionment with the reformist front, with the belief in the possibility of reformism at this point, and with these forces, or with the way they have been going forward, with their alliance with President Hassan Rouhani and with the people who have been their flag bearers for the public. So in a sense, this would at least be the rise of conservatism again after quite some time after Mr. Ahmadinejad was in power. That at least should be telling us some things.
Right. Now, you've talked about the economy, we've talked about this electoral process, but briefly, what as a whole do Iranians want to see from their president?
Primarily, yes, it is the economy, the very simple things: to not see the value of rial a slide every few weeks, to be able to go to the supermarket and not see the prices suddenly jumping 50%, to be able to count on the wage you have to buy a home down the road. The very simple things right now, and that is part of the reason for the apathy and the disillusionment of the public with the vote. I don't think we're going to see very major change regarding the things we have on our plate right now regarding foreign policy, but there are at least right now some concerning signs, at least regarding internet freedom and civil society. Because Mr. Raisi has, for instance, said during the debates and before the debates that a tier-based internet system might be in the works.
Right.
So that will be a major change compared to the period of Mr. Rouhani.
Okay.
So all of those combined will give us a picture that the economy might be improved, but at the same time, the civil society's reach might be limited. And foreign policy, as it's right now, the system mandate would go on as it is.
Okay, Amir Havasi, sorry, that's all the time we have right now. But thank you for bringing us up to speed from Tehran. That's AFP correspondent Amir Havasi.